Good evening, I'm Tamika Alexander. Thanks for joining us. Roads in Tuscaloosa County were blocked off this evening while police were working in the 7th Street Historical District after plumbers told police they may have seen a fetus in the sewer system. More in tonight's top story. Now here is some video we're going to show you from the scene. According to Tuscaloosa Metro Homicide Captain Lloyd Baker, they were called to the scene when a plumber found a possible fetus while unclogging a line behind an apartment complex near the intersection of 7th Street and 15th Avenue. Tuscaloosa Metro homicide detectives searched throughout the area's drainage system but found no video evidence inside the drains underneath the street. Baker says although they did not find anything, he could not rule out what plumbers allegedly saw.
Right now, we've searched all we can search with the equipment that we have. If whatever was in the line has washed out, it could be anywhere at this point.
Baker tells us although these incidents have happened in the past, this sometimes happens when there is an unreported miscarriage. Well, on your Crime Watch tonight, a lawsuit alleged sexual assault on a Tuscaloosa City school bus. The suit says the victim was an 11-year-old girl with special needs from Oak Hill School. Tuscaloosa attorney Clint Mountain is representing the victim. Mountain told WVUA it happened about 2.5 years ago. He said the suspect was a 20-year-old male student. Mountain says the victim's injuries included lacerations around her mouth. He told us the surveillance equipment on the bus did not work properly on that day. The suit is against the driver, the aide, and the director of transportation.
From the circumstantial evidence of both the interviews and information that was conducted, the interviews that were conducted and the information that's been presented by the school officials and the police department, there was in fact an incident that took place. And so our burden of proof is going to be what the driver and the aide, what were their duties and responsibilities, and whether or not those conducted those responsibilities. And I think in our opinion they did not. And so I feel very comfortable going forward that we will in fact receive a judgment in this case.
Tuscaloosa City School spokesperson Leslie Brewington tells us since they are not a part of the suit, it will be inappropriate to comment. Well, the State School Board of Education is sending a recommendation on its first post-recession public school budget. And there may be some good news on the way in this state for teachers. New at 10, Travis Leader joins us now to talk more about the possible changes.
Thanks, Tamika. The recommendations would replace about 1/3 of the nearly 1,400 teaching positions cut during the recession. The budget also calls for restoring textbook spending and school operational funds, which were previously cut. The board is also looking at giving 10% more funding for K-12 schools next school year, which puts those spending totals at more than $4 billion. Now, the total education budget would be just shy of $6 billion. Now, one item the budget does not address is teacher pay raises. State Superintendent Tommy Bice says teachers haven't had a raise in more than 4 years, and they need one. But Bice suggests the legislature and Governor Bentley should decide whether state funds should go to increasing teacher salaries. Tamika?
Thanks, Travis. Turning now to the weather, let's get a first check on Alabama's home team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Richard Scott. Richard, nice day out there tonight.
Yeah, Tamika, a lot better today. Now, it's getting colder tonight. We have 42 degrees now in Tuscaloosa, 39 in Fayette, 41 in Linden, York, and 41 in Geiger. 37 some of the cooler spots, Coleman, Haleyville, and Gadsden, Birmingham. Still hanging on to 42 at this hour. In the southeast, we're quiet. No rain to talk about. A little bit of cloud cover you notice back towards the west over the past hour or two, developing over Louisiana, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and East Texas. That will move in tomorrow, but not going to block out much sunlight. High level cirrus clouds, that will be about it. Otherwise, we'll see mostly sunny sky through the day. Tomorrow morning, a very cold start to the day, 35 on average. Sunny skies, could have some patchy frost. We do have that frost advisory for early tomorrow morning across pretty much all of the WVUA TV coverage area. How long is the cold air going to stick around? How about your weekend forecast? Weather straight ahead.
Thanks, Richard. Area law enforcement officers will call to a local gas station after someone stole a cutout of Coach Saban. Now we're going to take a look at some security photos taken inside the BP gas station located on the Strip. The man took the cutout in plain sight around 1 o'clock this morning. The other subject held the door open so he could escape with the cutout. Now WVUA contacted the store, and one worker said the cutout was returned a little bit after 4 o'clock. But police are still searching for the identity of the two individuals. Now here is a photo of the cutout back in its original place at the BP gas station, once again located there on this strip. Well, one place where we can find Coach Saban is on the sideline this Saturday when the Tide takes on the Aggies for the first time at Bryant-Denny Stadium. And there are plenty of connections between the two schools that dates back to 1954. Coach Paul Bear Bryant is a legacy at the University of Alabama, but he got his start at Texas A&M as head coach in 1954. Coach Gene Stallings played under Coach Bryant at A&M in 1954, then followed Coach Bryant to the capstone and served as his defensive assistant in 1958. Stallings went on to be coach for the Aggies before returning to the capstone as the head coach of the Crimson Tide.
While he was at Texas A&M as head coach, he defeated Alabama and Coach Bryant in the 1968 Cotton. So he has a very long history going back and forth between Texas A&M and Alabama.
And Saturday's game will be the first time the two teams have met since 1988. Here's a live look at Bryant-Denny Stadium where thousands of Tide fans will pack the stands on Saturday. Texas A&M is currently ranked 15th in the nation. The showdown starts at 2:30 and will be carried on CBS. Before all the action on the field, don't miss Crimson Tide kickoff Saturday morning at 8 a.m. for all things college football. Gary Harris will have complete game day coverage, a breakdown of the weekend's SEC matchups, and feature stories on the Tide. Plus, you won't want to miss our special guest, Gene Stallings, the former coach of both Alabama and Texas A&M, will be talking all things football. That's Saturday morning only on WVUA. Well, Sipsey Valley High School has been in existence for only 3 years, and the football team is gearing up for their very first playoff appearance tomorrow night. WVUA's Tommy Townsend visited the squad today and shows us how the community is behind this team.
Many high schools are now finished with their football seasons, but for the young Sipsey Valley program,
we'll still have more football to play. It's really special. It's something that we'll never get used to or take for granted. It's something that we'll strive to do every year. We're trying to make this a tradition at Sipsey Valley.
Students have only seen these halls for 3 years now, and the fact that the team is on their way to the playoffs is a source of pride to the community, most of whom went to County High.
Sipsey Valley making a name for itself has definitely made the community more open to having Sipsey Valley here, and they're really behind us, and they have been. And nobody's wearing County High stuff anymore. Changed to Sipsey Valley High School.
It has been a very, very exciting time for the school and for the community. The community has given full support to the football program.
And no matter what tomorrow's outcome is, head coach Antonio Ford says he's happy to see his players grow, and football isn't the only lesson he wants them to learn.
Outside of football, let's get a sense of pride, a sense of accomplishment. And that's something we talk about, setting goals and striving to reach those goals. And if they continue to do those things throughout their life, as they mature as men, setting goals and striving to reach them, they'll be a success.
In Tuscaloosa County, Tommy Townsend, WVUA News.
The Sipsey Valley High School Bears will be taking on Leeds tomorrow night. And for all your high school highlights, don't forget to join Gary Harris and the WVUA sports team for Football Friday. That's tomorrow night, right after the news at 10.